Hello gamers, my name is KK and this is the walkthrough of the most boring event in BTD6, the Odyssey. And today we're gonna complete with minimal monkey knowledge. Keep in mind what monkey knowledge points do we need before we start. First is plus 200 cash, second one is free dirt monkey, third one is possibly the damaged mobs in the military branch. Fourth one is mana shield, no support knowledge needed. Then level 3 heroes, and at the end we don't need it, but it's recommended to have the road spikes. These are the monkey knowledge points that you should have to complete this Odyssey, because Odyssey is stupidly hard and it's very annoying. You will also need PSI as a hero for the later maps, so you should buy it. We begin with the free dirt monkey and then we go straight into the ninja. Ninja goes to 100, after that we save up for the PSI. Why are we using monkey knowledge today? Because this is the half cash mode, so you need to have at least some monkey knowledge. Okay, next we upgrade the ninja to 201 and then 302, and it's pretty easy and straightforward. First 3 maps will be almost identical in completion. Next we place the alchemist 200. After that we need to get the alchemist 300. There are 2 options what we can do. We can buy the village as a discount village. We can go straight for Bloons as I did this time. And we can just go for the alchemist first and then go into the Bloons. If possible, I recommend you to buy the 002 village first to get the discounts for the tiers up to 3rd tier. Pretty simple, but if you don't do this and you prioritize the safety, it's still okay. Okay, the next step is to upgrade 401 alchemist and get the jungle drums on your village. After that we go straight into the Hydra rocket boss and then the rocket storm. It is good to have the stunning for rocket storm ability, the monkey knowledge points, but it is not necessary by any means. So if you don't have the military monkey knowledge points in this Odyssey, it will not harm you one bit, because it's just only one military tower for this tower pool. Okay, so the first island is very straightforward, but guys, this Odyssey is fucking boring. Oh, this is the longest Odyssey ever. The problem with these custom rounds that we faced is, look, we know that it is good to have the trophy store items and stuff, but I don't understand why Ninja Kiwi thinks that we want to spend 2 hours on something that is repetitive and has no creative potential, because there are very limited amount of strategies that you can play with in the Odysseys, and almost always there are the very best strategies. Here, as you can see, we're doing exactly the same strategy. We placed the ninja, then we placed PSI with the free dirt monkey as the beginner tower, then we go into the discount village and we upgrade the alchemist probably this time, and then we go into the Bloons. The exact same process, but the steps may vary. So Ninja Kiwi created this freaking atrociously long Odyssey to annoy us, I'm certain about it, or they just didn't care, because ordinarily this Odyssey would take you hour and 10 minutes, hour and 5 minutes, but because they almost doubled the length of most rounds and they called this custom rounds, but in reality it's garbage. Like, custom rounds need to have some kind of purpose. Doubling the amount of balloons is a dumb purpose, because all it does, it just removes the challenge, because first you get much more money, but they compensate it by adding the half cash mode, but second, it makes the game so freaking long. I get when you get, for example, the custom rounds that make sense is when all the balloons are in one balloon, for example. They made this custom round, or double blimps. Double blimps is not making the game very long, it just makes it more challenging, but the game is still relatively short, like hour and 30 minutes. If we had the double blimps instead of double balloons, it's still 30 minutes shorter, and it's very, very bad. Like, who in the world wants to waste 2 hours? even playing on chimps mode in the regular maps would be much more beneficial to you. The only reason why we are playing Odysseys is to get the trophy store items. As you can see, this on the map number 3, the strategy is also the same as in the previous ones. I'm gonna commentate more on the strategy on the map number 4 and 5 because we're gonna have to do a few tweaks to the current strategy we are using. Here we will go straight into the Monkey Town, and after that I will upgrade the Crossbow Master. Okay. The Crossbow Master is really potent, and it's gonna be the key tower in our walkthroughs today. So, you know what? If I'm renting, okay, but what is the good alternative for the current Odysseys? And I have something to say. So the good alternative is gonna be something similar to hard daily challenges. So if we are talking hard Odyssey, it's only reasonable to make it similar to the hard Odyssey challenges. So you don't make those stupid long levels, you instead create the different type of Odyssey where you can have like 4-round islands, like 1-round island, but you need to have very specific mindset and probably the ability pool to complete these islands, like deflation challenges or chimp strategies, something like that. It would spice up the game and make it much more interesting. Okay, for the island number 4, we begin with the Dart Monkey and 101 Ninja. Don't be afraid to leak a few lives in the beginning, but don't go over your mana shield lives. If you go over it, you made something wrong. So keep this in mind. After that, we place PSI. PSI, I recommend to put him on strong almost always, but if you see that you are leaking a lot of Bloons, I recommend to switch him to first so that you can snipe them. You upgrade Ninja to 302 at the end of, I would say, around 22 or so. So this is pretty clear. After that, we place the Alchemist. Alchemist is gonna be 200. We put him on strong. Also, use PSI's ability whenever you see it fit, because you really need this assistance on the Bazaar map. We could easily complete the previous 3 maps without any abilities, but here I do recommend using PSI because his stunning ability is really useful in these scenarios where we have quite a narrow path and Ninja cannot damage the Moabs and large groups of Bloons very efficiently. This is why we need this stunning ability of PSI. Great, so the next step is going to be to upgrade the Alchemist to tier 4. This time we avoid placing the village for quite some time because we cannot risk it. We need to have really strong defense. And by the way, we have double Moab, so keep in mind, this is quite a challenge and we need the tier 4 Alchemist. With tier 3, it would be just not enough damage from Ninja. And now we finally upgrade the village. It's gonna be 002 and we follow it up with 202. So the next step is to place the Wheezy Boy and to upgrade him to 402. But keep in mind that for round 63 we're gonna change things a bit. So you can, even now, you can upgrade the Crossbow Master and first upgrade the 024 Crossbow. Of course, after the Monkey City. But the gist of it is that we will sell the Wizard in order to afford the Crossbow Master, because otherwise round 63 is borderline impossible on this map. Of course, you can try to do something with Dartling Gunners, etc., but I'm going for the easiest strategy that requires the minimal micro and minimal monkey knowledge. So this is what I came up with. Before round 63, the game goes pretty straightforward. Of course, you're gonna have a few challenges with the Moabs and you will need to use PSI's ability, but other than that, it's not that challenging on Island 4. And by the way, we've wasted an hour and 10 minutes before even playing the Island number 4. So, this is the result. Okay, and now the crucial moment, the pivotal moment. What you do is you sell the Wizard and then upgrade the Crossbow Master. After that, you place the Boomerang Monkey 320. You use the abilities of PSI one after another. So stun, then Psionic Scream, then Stun again, and you upgrade the Boomerang Monkey to 4-0. It is pretty important, and you need to use this and use the abilities in order, because you're gonna leak a few lives here and there, and if you do these steps, so you time the abilities well and upgrade the Boomerang Monkey, you're gonna be just fine, because in this custom rounds, round 63 has 4 ceramic waves. So you have 3 ceramic waves countered by abilities and 1 by Boomerang Monkey. It's very thought out. The last island is kinda annoying. Here you use the same trick we used the last time. So you use the PSI on strong mainly, but if you see that a lot of balloons are leaking, you just change him to first. And you need to time this quite well, but overall it's not that difficult. You can probably even leave him on strong when you have the ninja. But before this, you need to do this a little bit of targeting micro. Okay, so ninja goes straight to 1-0-1 because we need the Seeking Shurikens to snipe the balloons. And now with the combination with PSI snipes the pinks and yellows, whereas ninja snipes all the rest. We upgrade to 0-2 because we want some caltrops at the end of the track. Mesa is moderately long map, but since we have the ninja at the end of the track, we can spawn a few caltrops and avoid leaking quite a lot of lives. So it's a very useful thing to have. Here, don't buy the village. I thought that I'm gonna be able to afford the village and stuff, but at the end of the day, by round 40, I sold the village and lost a few dollars. So don't buy this village right now. Go straight for 402 Ninja and 401 Alchemist. You don't need the village at this stage before round 40. It's pretty important. Also, on this island, we will need to time the abilities of PSI well, because on round 36, as you can see, we struggled a bit. If you did not purchase the village, you would be able to afford the Bloon Jutsu before round 36, and you would be just fine. First, and second, you're gonna need to sell the village if you did like I did, and you didn't listen to me, because we will need to afford the... And it's not the Perma Brew, the Berserker Brew, and you will be able to kill both Moabs if you time the ability well. If you don't, just go into the main menu and try it again, because it's pretty important. Time the PSI's ability well and you will be good. Next step is to place the crossbow guy, and after that we will upgrade the money village. It's 203 village. So far so good. This is the easy part of this walkthrough, because middle rounds are not that hard. The reason why developers had to add the half cash to all of these game modes is because we have double the balloons, meaning we're gonna have double the money. So they tried to balance it out, but I still think that this kind of custom rounds is utter garbage, and you don't want to have these rounds again in JKV, because you need to make something that attracts the players and that incentivizes us to play Odysseys. For example, a lot of my subscribers were, let's say, it's not disgusted, is too strong of a word, but they didn't like the idea of playing like this, so they switched from playing with... Okay, here what we need to do is we sell the Alchemist, then we afford the Crossbow Master and Midway, and then we rebuy the Alchemist, so it's not that difficult. So you need to incentivize people to play with, because my friends, my subscribers just didn't want to play this Odyssey because it's too long. Like, I have a few subscribers that are really good, but they just don't want to play this type of Odysseys because they don't care. It's too long, it takes too much time, and it's very repetitive, which is why I suggested to have the challenge Odysseys. Because if you have like 5 rounds challenge, or for example, let's say Ouch on the chimps mode with the helicopter. It's not the best option, but just so you understand. And you need to complete rounds like from 4 to 10. or something like that, and you don't have money to upgrade it. It's as simple as that. You need to think a bit out of the box. A lot of players have already came up with the interesting concepts for the Odysseys. Do not think that just by extending the time we are playing Odysseys and trying to do something, let's say, I don't think this is even creative. Like, doubling the amount of balloons is not creative. Any kid can come up with this idea. Just think of something creative, see what the good players create, and then try to implement this, because this Odyssey was a disaster. Okay, press the like or dislike button right now, depending on what you think about this video, and see ya in the next one.